Sushi jackknife. 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 Sushi jackknife.
It's a hard knock life for us and everyone.
I mean, I don't think anyone's going to argue with you on that.
Hello, sushi pals. We're back. This is a black cherry White Claw, Nathan.
Oh, good Lord.
To continue our White Claw series.
Oh, man.
Mm-hmm. Oh, boy, that's tasty.
I'll be honest. I try not to judge.
Yeah, but you're pretty good at it.
Once you hit White Claw,
I know.
That's out the window. There's nothing.
There's no respect left. I know.
Yeah.
It's pretty damn good. I gotta say, it's I don't know. You can't get, if you're an experienced drinker, you can't get drunk on it unless you're trying. Does that make sense?
Yeah. The thing is, most of the people who get them are trying.
Yeah. You have to drink a lot of them. But like, if you just if you have like a real drink, I don't know if this counts as a real drink. I'm not trying to be a dick, but like, it is pretty light. It's like 4.5%. So like, if you're having a beer or a whiskey or a glass of wine, like, the pace you would have that at, if you have these at that pace, you're fine. Like, you're not even messed up at all. So go drive. Like, just get in your car.
Fantastic advice. I mean, if you're going to do it, now's the time, because theoretically there should be no one on the roads, right?
Oh my God, that's not true at all. The roads are so busy. It's insane. We went to, I don't know how I'm able to go to Target in the middle of a pandemic, but I've been to Target like a couple times. And I don't know, it's weird. How are you?
I'm here.
Yeah.
Live.
Functional, mostly.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm not gonna go that far. Let's not oversell it here. Functional. Were either of us really that functional to begin with? Come on.
Not in a big way. No. What was I going to say to you? Oh, so welcome back to Sushi Jackknife, and this is a normal.
You were going to say to me?
Well, I was going to say it to them, I guess.
Thank you for having me.
It's an interview format tonight. I'm interviewing Nathan. So last time, obviously, we did a film, which is very rare for us. So we did Total Recall. We're not doing that now. We're just doing what we normally do. So if you're a fan of that, good on you. That's what you're going to get tonight. So
you can go back and listen to the other one. Spoiler alert: my views on Arnold Schwarzenegger have not changed.
You were really down on Arnold, I have to say. I mean,
well, it's because he can't act.
You don't have the same. Well, anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. We're not here to talk about that. I think you wanted to talk about something. Am I correct in that?
Well, I mean, since you've given me that spectacular segue.
I think there was a thing that you wanted. Yeah.
Well, so we were going to record last week, right?
Yeah, and we missed that totally.
And we didn't because of a dishwasher.
Oh, right. Okay, so this is about the dishwasher.
And so I want to explain this entire fiasco to you.
Please do.
Because nothing in my life ever works simply. All right, so we had a dishwasher in my house.
Yeah.
That when we moved in, 4 or 5 years ago? I can't keep track. 5 years ago.
It's like 5, yeah.
Yeah, we put in this dishwasher. It was the cheapest dishwasher we could get. Cheapest. So naturally, it does not work well.
After 5 years, yeah.
Yeah, and stopped doing the things it needed to do.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, it's time we cave and buy a dishwasher.
Yeah.
So because it's a pandemic, right?
Right.
We we do not want to go into the store to buy the dishwasher. I don't want to have a salesperson in my face breathing on me.
At Home Depot or whatever.
Yeah. Trying to explain to me the features of a dishwasher when I have Google, I can figure it out myself.
Yes.
Okay, so we found the paperwork from the old dishwasher. I looked at the size of the dishwasher. I went online. I sorted the dishwashers by the sizes.
Okay.
And found what I thought would be a very nice dishwasher. We paid for Home Depot to come install the dishwasher because I'm not going to mess with electronics. I don't want to die.
Sure. Yeah.
Electricity is not my friend. I don't trust myself with it. Okay.
Especially when there's water near it. And that's,
right.
Yeah, that's a dodgy situation. Yeah.
So that was like 2 weeks before we were supposed to record.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So we order the dishwasher. 3 days later, they show up with this dishwasher. They unhook the old one, and they go to install the new one, like they're supposed to do.
Right.
And the guy goes, hey, we have a problem. And my first inclination was to say, is it that you're interrupting me during work hours to talk to me?
Uh-huh.
But I was nicer than that.
Good job. Good job, Nathan.
Thank you.
Points to you.
Well, what's the problem, good sir? And he points at the wire that hooks the dishwasher into the wall and goes, that wire is not grounded.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
All right. So in my head, I start having like the cash register thing going.
Yeah.
You know?
Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
Well, minimum to fix that, it's going to be this, I bet. But, I hope they don't have to rewire all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Yeah, totally.
So he's like, we can't do it till there's an electrician that comes out and looks.
Oh, my God. Come on.
Fine. So they leave the dishwasher in the middle of my kitchen and leave.
Oh.
So we call an electrician to come out and look at it.
Yeah.
Another 3 days passes, 3-4 days, before the electrician can come out. And he comes out and looks at the wire. And he says, I don't know what you're talking about. That's a grounded wire.
Okay. Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
So far, we've paid 2 theoretical professionals to come out and look
Oh, no.
at where this dishwasher goes.
No.
They have said opposite things.
Yeah. As they do often, really, truthfully.
Okay, so then we're like, okay, so he says it's fine to install. The guy from Home Depot apparently doesn't understand what wires are. Do we trust the guy from Home Depot who's confused about general electrical things to come out and wire an appliance into our house?
Right.
So we voted no.
Okay.
All right. So we call the company that we called for the electrician also has plumbing, all sorts of things.
Nice.
So we call them and we're like, we need someone to install a dishwasher. Okay. Fast forward to last Thursday.
Got it. Okay. All right. Wow. So you're 3 professionals deep at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So he comes over, and they gave us the weird window of time where it's like 4 to 6.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, well, I probably shouldn't record because it might go over that, and then we'll have loud clanking noises in the back.
Right. Not ideal. Yeah.
From this guy just, you know. Because I saw how they got the dishwasher out. They don't seem to be very gentle with these things.
Oh, no. No. No.
All right. So the guy comes out. He looks at the wire. He's fine with the wire. He starts hooking things in, then goes to put the dishwasher in. And goes, this thing doesn't fit.
In the hole?
Like, it's the same size as what we had in there. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. It's not going to fit.
Oh my God! It doesn't fit in the fucking hole.
Right.
In your in your cabinets or whatever.
Right.
Oh
It's
my God.
It's too tall. Now,
No.
keep in mind, I measured the previous dishwasher. I looked up the measurements in the manual. I found a dishwasher that was the same size. Also, looking at dishwashers online, there's not like a wide variety of heights.
No, they're generally like the same.
There's like a 1-inch difference between the two sizes.
Right.
I chose the lower end. So he gives us this whole thing about that and starts to go out to his car. And at this point, I have lost my mind.
I'm sure you have. At this point. This is a nightmare situation.
Right. I don't want a fourth professional. I don't want to get a new dishwasher.
No.
So he walks out the door, and I get up casually and walk in there and just shove the thing into the hole. Just jam it right in there, and then motion for my wife to go grab the guy before he can drive away.
Right. Hey, we got it in the hole. Yeah.
It's in the hole. Install it. So we now have a dishwasher.
Oh, thank God. Wow.
I had to use my powerful hips to jam it in there, but it got in there.
Well, see, that's where you went wrong. All those other professionals, they had weak hips.
You're right. You need a strong-hipped professional to install your dishwasher.
That's correct. Holy shit, Nathan. You really went on a saga with this thing.
Oh, man. It's all I wanted to do was wash a fucking plate. Like, that's the whole thing. So, like, I have very low requirements for a dishwasher.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
Oh, man. I feel so bad for you. This is like me with cars. Like, you could tell me anything about a car. You're a mechanic, and I take my car to you, and they're like, yeah, no, it's like loaded with gremlins. And we're going to have to replace the engine and, put a new body on it. And I'm like, all right, cool. Like that. I don't know any better. Like
your defibrillator is not,
yeah.
It's not firing correctly. So that's going to be $3,000.
Your car drinks too much. And so it needs a new liver. Oh, all right. Okay. Is that like where the radiator is? Yeah. Okay. All right, cool. All right.
Well, what you need to do if your car breaks is just go out there and just start hitting things with your hips till it works.
It's like your version of the Fonzie tap,
Yeah. My version. So it's like Fonzie meets like George Michael.
Yeah. Because you're not as strong as Fonzie. Is that what you're saying?
Well, no. Like,
okay.
I feel like George Michael would get the jukebox going with a hip thrust.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Like he's not gonna just hit it. He's gonna dun dun dun. Hit that thing.
You're kind of referencing like, is it Faith? Is that the music video, or is it the other? Yeah, it's a great music video. Holy shit. Yeah, where he does that, right? He's like dancing in front of a jukebox that whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that video. I love George Michael. Holy shit. Anyway, yes. You're the George Michael of Fonzie of taps.
I'm the George Michael of Fonzie dishwasher installation.
Put it on a business card.
There you go.
That's you, buddy.
No one's going to have any questions about that if I mention it.
Nope, not at all. Not at all. I keep a Rolodex of business cards, and some of them are in there just because they're strange. I have one from a husband and wife business who they install blinds for your windows.
Okay.
And it's called, their business card says The Blind Couple.
Oh.
And there's something about that I just liked, because it's like, these are the wrong words. Like, you just sound like you have a business card for two blind people.
Yeah, not to disparage the blind community, but they're not going to be my go-to when hiring someone for blind installation.
Right. Just like Home Depot should not be your go-to for ungrounded but actually grounded wires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would feel bad throwing them under the bus, but they're garbage.
Garbage.
I don't feel bad about it.
Hey, listen, the Home Depot Corporation, I believe, has donated to the president's re-election campaign. So fuck them. Fuck them.
Well, I mean, how do you not respect our president right now, Justin? I can't even say it with a straight face. I can't.
Oh my God. I heard about this interview, by the way. Pretty infamous now. I actually didn't see
the Axios interview.
Yeah, the Axios interview. That's it.
Boy,
that's it. Where he just a friend of mine was telling me he just handed the guy the notes he had. It was like, here, you read it.
Okay, so you need to watch the actual clips of it.
Okay, I will.
Because you see the notes that he has.
Yeah.
And when a corporation is trying to prove that they're doing well, and so they just put up graphs, but there's no like labels on the axes or anything.
It's just like bullshit graphs.
Yeah. One of the graphs he pulls out, and I don't remember what he said this was in reference to. It doesn't matter. It's just a bar graph with 4 bars on it. Nothing else, just 4 bars.
Like the vertices aren't labeled or anything.
It didn't look like it.
That sounds about right.
See, we're doing good. This bar's smaller than the other 3 bars.
This is the good bar, and it's real tall. Like, check it out. They told me they needed like a whole ream of paper if they wanted to print this out to scale. So,
as you can see by this graph, success is happening with this one, but not with this one. So,
since we're a podcast that has existed, well, all the way through 2016. I mean, we were out before 2016. We started in I think 15, right? And or 14, and we've existed. Those were the days.
Oh man,
halcyon days,
simpler times.
But it's like we've been through it together. In this whole era, and I'm hoping that soon we're going to see it come to a close. But I didn't think, I remember post-election, right, and the shock and all that jazz, and because I'm a liberal white person, so of course I was shocked, right? But
all liberal white people were shocked.
Totally. We were like, what? How is this possible? While like the African American people standing next to you were like, "Oh, you didn't see this coming? Like, come on! Like, what are you talking? Like, as epitomized in the great SNL skit, right?"
Yeah, they all knew. Everyone else knew.
We've just progressively thought it couldn't get any worse, and it's just progressively got worse and worse the whole way through. Like, there's been no sunshine in this whole fucking 4-year period.
Well, see, you said that you're hoping you'll see it come to an end very soon.
I hope so. I know what your theory is.
You're going to either way.
Oh.
Because the world's going to end if he gets reelected.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So you'll see things end at some point in the next few years.
I love it. Yeah, well, things, either the world is going to, I mean, like, God damn, it's, the pandemic is not his fault, right?
No, that part, I believe that he has made it very clear he did not cause the pandemic.
However, he's somehow done everything possible to make it worse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just
I don't know that we can say that any of the things have been correct.
Right.
I mean, even from the point where he's like, I'm putting Mike Pence in charge of the coronavirus task force. Even that was the bad decision. Yeah. All of it's very bad.
And the country collectively went, sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Well, at least he believes in science. That should do well.
Yeah, Mike Pence just like had meetings with a Bible.
Yeah.
That was the whole task force.
It's just a round of people praying. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the task force meeting.
24 hours a day.
Oh Lord, please look down on us and make sure that our country clubs are safe, and definitely look upon those in the suburbs and middle class families that might be going through a hard time right now. Specifically them. Don't worry about anyone else. Amen.
Yeah, contrast that image with what I actually saw today. So, as I was saying, we went to Target, right? Which it amazes me that that's possible right now. However, I mean, at the same time, maybe it's not that amazing because they're taking precautions. Everyone that comes in is wearing a mask. You know, you're trying to stay away from each other. You're doing an okay job at that, you know. So maybe if we were just smart about it, we could get out of this fucking mess that we're in. But that's beside the point. So as we're walking into Target, there is a young guy, African-American guy, who has set up like he's busking, like he's got a violin. He's got an electric violin.
At Target?
At Target. He's very skilled at playing it. And he's got like a speaker and he's got like backing tracks. And he's playing, you know, Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah and other songs. And his sign, it very simply just says, and he's, you know, it just says, trying to help my mom with rent. You know, that was it. He was far enough away from the front of Target that they probably didn't run him off, if that's what you're thinking.
No, I was just surprised that someone was doing that at Target.
Yeah.
That is the most depressing thing I've heard today.
Right? Isn't that great? Isn't that great? You know.
Oh, great. Fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, so the other, and this will go unnamed, but you know, we're in at least in our town, we're experimenting with this virtual school thing. We're being forced to experiment with this virtual school thing.
Yes.
Well, I'm sure it went about as well for you as it did for everyone else.
Well, we had an issue where we didn't even, first off, not to throw the school district under the bus.
Right. They're trying.
But 2 years in a row, we find out like the week before.
Yes.
What school he's going to.
Right.
What school my child is going to.
Yes.
Usually you'd like to have a couple weeks.
Yeah. It would be nice to figure that shit out. Right.
So they're not real on the ball to begin with.
No, not at all. No.
And I don't know if they're to blame. I know there's not a lot of money floating around.
No,
I don't.
There's not. Yeah, that's true.
But man, virtual schooling. Ooh, it's rough.
It was bad. As a broad overview, and compare this to wherever you live in the country, and if you have children, I don't know if you do, but for us, the school district decided we're not going back till at least after Labor Day, right? Which is probably going to be longer than that.
Yeah, it's going to be at least Christmas.
Yeah, if they even go to school this year at all, I'd be surprised. So we're doing virtual school, and they get the information out there kind of last minute, like Nathan's saying, and they have a lot to do. They're giving out laptops. They even asked me when we did a little drive-by. We did a little like, hey, meet your teacher from your car kind of thing, because we're doing first grade. So we did a little wave, and then prior to that, it was, pick up the codes that you need to log in. And they even asked me, like, do you need internet access? So they're literally giving people, and this is what they have to do. Not everyone has internet access, so they have to give that out along with laptops that belong to the schools, right? So, not everyone's getting those yet. I think that's the eventual plan, but, if you have a computer you can use, they're asking you to use it so they can give people that need the laptops, right? So, from what I heard, everyone on the day who didn't have who had their own laptop was more or less able to get in. But however, the people who had the checked out laptops, the people who were in need the most, there was some firewall or something, and they couldn't get in on the day.
Yeah.
It's just like, man, goddamn.
Well, and then, so we're doing pre-K.
Right.
All we have to do is log in, do a 15-minute homework assignment every day.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Just to prove, I guess, that he's alive.
Yeah.
I don't.
Right. Right.
I'm not sure what the actual point of pre-K homework is, but nevertheless.
Don't touch Elmo here.
Yeah.
You can touch Elmo here and here, not here.
do you know ABCs? Okay. Well, good job. And I think this was a school or maybe teacher specific problem.
Yeah.
But we went to log in, and they had it where you couldn't log in with the email address that they gave out.
No.
It wasn't set up to receive school district email addresses.
Oh, no. No. No.
I feel bad for the teachers because
I do too. Yeah, it's hard.
This sucks to begin with.
It all sucks. The whole thing sucks.
The whole thing's terrible.
Yeah.
But then on top of it, imagine if there's a technical issue, you have every parent
Yes.
emailing you.
Yes. Yes.
Like, I'm not IT. Leave me alone.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a fucking school teacher. I'm an elementary school or whatever. I don't know any better than you do, you know?
It is 7 p.m. on a Thursday. Why are you emailing me? Nah.
Well, it's emails. And it's the Remind app. I don't know if you guys use that, but the Remind app is a thing, which also texts me. So, it's actually pretty good. I'm glad they use that because it's better than email, frankly.
It's good for you.
It's good for me. It's hell for them.
If you were a teacher, you would hate that app.
That's true. You're right. You're totally right, man. You're totally right.
Oh, good. I got another message from Justin. Oh boy,
what a barrel
what
of
is it
fucking
now?
joy he is. Yeah. So one of the sad things though, and obviously not naming any names, but there was one day this week I wasn't home, but the teacher asked, and again we're doing first grade. The teacher asked the parents to come into the room because she had something she needed to address to the parents real quick. And one little girl in the class was like, well, my parents aren't here. My parents are at work, both my parents. And the only person here with me is my slightly older sibling. Yep. And so it's just heartbreaking to think about. Well, it's heartbreaking for the kids. And then you think about if you were that parent, what a horrible choice you're having to make.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to leave my young children at home because I have to work. And,
I guess I'm lucky that I can work from home.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like that most of the time while I'm trying to work, but
no, right, exactly. No, it feels horrible. It's the worst.
There's you're like, oh, I wonder if I could put a lock on the outside of his bedroom door. There's that,
right. What sort of snafus would I get into with that? Yeah,
but no, we've thought about what would we do if someone couldn't be home? And I don't know. There are different. I know I've seen a couple churches in the area that have set up a daycare thing where they will do the schooling with kids.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
And I'm like, well, that's nice, but that kind of still defeats the purpose.
It does.
Of being at home.
Right.
So
it's hard. And we did a little bit of camp. They were really careful at the camp, but And so they're doing a thing similar to what you're saying with the churches, but the thing is that you got to pay for that, and it's not cheap. And I mean, we can't afford it, and I doubt a lot of people who are having to, the parents who are having to both go to work and leave their kids at the house, I doubt they can afford to pay to send their kids to a camp or something, a daycare or something where they're going to do their schooling. And it's like, I mean, childcare is crazy expensive to begin with, so it's just a really big problem. And I don't know. I feel like this is where the state should step in and just like set up some kind of centers or something, like I don't know the answer.
Our state's not going to do that.
Oh no, of course not. Yeah.
Those first graders need to pull themselves up by their bootstraps.
Their tiny little bootstraps.
They're adorable little bootstraps. And just make the best of the situation,
Exactly. I mean, what else do you do? Yeah.
And if it's not working, you know what that means. You didn't pray hard enough.
Oh, God. Fuck. You're right.
That's the issue.
I know it is.
Just remember, every single time anything goes wrong during this pandemic, it's because you weren't praying hard enough, Justin.
Speaking of praying, and who you might be praying to, our pal, I got to say, our pals over at the Satanic Temple, Nathan, who we love to talk about. We love to talk about. And unironically, I might add, I think they are really smart people. What were you saying, though?
Our good satanic friends.
Good satanic friends. Yeah. So they have recently come up with, and I don't know the details on this, but they have a scholarship that they've come up with called the Devil's Advocate Scholarship to send kids to school, send kids to college. It's fucking fantastic. And they had, and I know less about this, but I get their newsletters, so this is why I know. They have figured out a way to, I believe, be recognized as an entity, like a religious entity, so that they can condone abortions or something.
Boy.
I don't know how this works. I mean, it's worth looking into the Satanic Temple and see what they're up to up there in Salem, Massachusetts. The irony is not lost on me that they're based in Salem. They're so smart.
I'm sure it's not it's not lost on them either.
No, they're so smart. It's so good. So they've been very active during the pandemic. Good on you, Satanic Temple. Way to go.
Well, I mean, someone has to be.
I know.
And if no one else is going to be, at least the Satanists have it.
Well, you're talking about what are the Scientologists doing? Let's compare. I mean,
I believe they're spending the pandemic trying to hide rapes and possible murders.
And what's the other thing they do? They put people in trailers in the desert or something. Yeah.
I'm going to get myself on some sort of list and have. I don't know if you ever watched any of this show. Scientology and the Aftermath.
No, is this
okay?
There was the documentary. This is not the documentary, right?
No, this was a full series. Do you know Leah Remini?
Gosh, that rings a bell.
She was in King of Queens.
Oh, okay. She was an actress. Okay.
Yeah. So her family joined Scientology as a child when she was a child.
Okay.
So she was a Scientologist up until 5 years ago. 6 years ago.
Raised that way.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then got out.
Wow.
Made a break for it.
Yeah.
So it's this entire in-depth series going, okay, so here's everything Scientology does.
Wow.
All of it.
So she does a tell-all is kind of what you're saying.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Yeah, it's...
okay.
If you want to see an organization that is well run, I guess that's it, because man, they are organized and trying to destroy people.
Wow! Holy shit, man! Wow!
It's so if we were to get ourselves on a Scientology list,
yeah,
a list the bad list. They would be trying to destroy us personally online by setting up websites that talk about how we're all, pedophiles or whatever.
No.
Like just trying to smear our name completely.
Oh, no. So they're going to expose my secrets is what you're saying. No, that's not a good joke. That's a terrible joke.
Stop it, Crystalia.
Yeah.
They just do everything to try to destroy you in the world, so no one will listen to what you're saying.
Wow. It's like being blackballed, but like to the nth degree.
Oh, yeah. They have people that will just like drive by your house. Just drive by. Take a look. And you'll see the same people just like parked outside your house.
Oh my God. That's horrible.
Not doing anything, but just letting you know they're there.
Just to try to creep you out. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, my point in bringing them up like alongside the Satanic Temple is I actually think the Satanic Temple is like a good organization, like based in values and following their beliefs,
Yeah.
And Scientology is not. But people would normally like put them in the same category, and I don't think it's fair. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, they don't belong in the same category. I mean, one of them is, just trying to make a point most of the time,
exactly.
And the other one is, following a religion based on the writings of a science fiction author. So
you guess which one? Yeah, exactly. But it's the Scientology thing is kind of ever present in my mind because I drive by the church in Nashville practically every weekday because it's on my way to work. So like I drive right by it and I'm always just looking. And there's like never anybody there. I can't imagine that this is a popular location for them. I mean, Nashville's pretty Christian.
we're pretty Bible belty. I'm not sure if Scientology. I mean, first off, it has science in the title, so most of the people in the area are going to reject it immediately.
Absolutely, that's just a given.
So have you thought about stopping to see what your Thetans are doing?
Well, the sign says curious ? We thought so with a big QR code in the middle, and like a couple times there's never anyone there. There might be 2 cars there on a busy day. Like there's never anybody there. And the gates are almost always locked and closed. So but a couple times a year they'll have a sign out that says free personality test. And you know me, I am gullible for that kind of shit. Like I want I love personality.
If you went in, you're not allowed to go in.
Right.
Because if you went in, you would immediately be paying to be a level 3.
I would I would swallow it so hard. Yeah.
You'd be like, okay, give me all the books. Give me all the latest L. Ron Hubbard writings.
Yes.
I need all of them. And
which I got to say, oddly, okay, another odd thing in the pandemic is I went to Books A Million, right? If you don't have Books A Million, it's Barnes & Noble. It's, what's the other one? It's, whatever. It's all the same.
It's a bookstore.
It's a bookstore. It sells about as many, like, games, like, board game and, like, book paraphernalia as it does, like, actual books.
Because it's 2020 and no one buys books.
Exactly. So it's I was looking in the science fiction section, right? Because that's kind of my bag. And I had already perused the rest of the fiction and all that and didn't see anything much that I was interested in at the moment. And so I'm perusing sci-fi and I'm seeing the usual names, your Arthur C. Clarke's and your Philip K. Dick's and people like that, your Kirk Vonnegut's. And then there's like a couple L. Ron Hubbard books. And I'm like, what? Like, why? You're a legitimate store, right? Like, you repackage those classic tales because they're public domain, just like Barnes & Noble. just like every other bookstore. But you also have L. Ron Hubbard on the shelf. Those, if you go to a used bookstore like McKay's, like we have, you can get those for less than $0.25. Like they have a shit ton of them, and you can buy all of them for $5.
Because every single person, it seems like, is like, oh, I want to know what he wrote, and then they buy it and go, oh, he wasn't good.
No, he was terrible.
like he was laughed at by all the other science fiction authors.
The serious people, the real deal people,
Jokes on them.
Right.
Where's Phil K. Dick's religion? Huh?
Come on.
He didn't get one.
No, he didn't. This is another. That's another White Claw.
What? Okay, what kind is this?
This is raspberry, and I haven't had raspberry, so I'm excited. I just had so White Claw does this thing. I think they have like 8 flavors or something, but they have them in collections, right? Because you buy a cube of them. You don't buy one White Claw or a 6-pack of White Claw. You buy a dozen at a time. They're not sold any other way.
I feel like if you're trying to buy a single White Claw, your life has gone a very strange direction.
Actually, now that I say that, I think at the gas station you can buy like a double. You can buy like a 22-ounce one or something. But anyway,
you're in a weird place in life if that's your choice.
So this is collection number 1, and because it's the best ones, right? So you've got lime. It says natural lime, so I'm assuming the other ones are not natural.
Right. There's artificial lime in collection 2.
Lime, black cherry, raspberry, and grapefruit. And those are all really good. And then the second tier ones are like mango and watermelon and strawberry and some other bullshit. And they're pretty bad. You really luck out. We got the last cube of White Claw at Target today. A woman literally came behind me and had to buy Bud Light seltzer because I got the last cube of White Claw.
So somewhere in Nashville, there is a woman cursing you because you swooped in, took the last White Claw.
Yep.
You White Claw swooped.
I did. Because I love my wife. That's why. I love my wife. Yep.
And the White Claw.
I also do enjoy the White Claw. Yeah.
I mean, at this point, it's like 50-50.
Well, yeah, pretty much. I mean,
it's like, my wife is pretty cool.
She's great when there's no White
Cube
Claw.
Cube 1, though.
My wife is Cube 2. Is that what you're saying? She's
I'm just saying, like, if you had to, okay.
Don't you put words in my mouth badly.
If you're in a situation where there's like a bus teetering on the edge of a cliff.
Oh man! Wow. Okay.
And you have to save either Cube 1 of White Claw or your wife. I think you're at a point where you're like,
Oh, I really have to think about it.
I'm probably going to pick my wife.
But
it is Cube 1.
Oh.
There's no mango in that one.
There's no mango. Mango is the worst. Actually, mango is not good. Raspberry's good, though. I'm digging raspberry.
Oh, okay. Good. I'll save you this time. But we have to stop somewhere on the way home. I got to get me my White Claw.
Oh, it's so good. I love it. Oh, man. It's
So, do you want to be disgusted by the younger generation?
Well, I thought that was the whole point of our show, so yes.
Okay.
Yes. We're relatively young people, but the people younger than us, that's the people you're talking about?
Okay, so, the children, as I like to call them. Anyone under the age of 25 is a child.
Okay, I can accept that, yep.
And if you're 24 and you're listening to this and you have an issue with it, just grow up.
Listen to this when you're older. Come back in a year.
No, so yesterday on the old Twitter machine.
Yep.
Bob Dylan was trending. Okay.
He's got a record out. Is that why?
No.
Okay.
So I thought that would be why too. Not the reason. The reason is the actor Timothy Chalamet.
I don't know who that is.
he's a child.
Okay.
Apparently, according to things I was seeing, is going to play him in a movie.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay. And that's not why you should be disgusted by people. I was horrified by this. One of the first comments I saw in Twitter talking about this is, wait, Bob Dylan was a real person?
What? I'm sorry? What?
It gets worse here.
What?
So apparently there's a Fall Out Boy song titled Bob Dylan. I don't know this.
Oh, okay.
Maybe that's not the whole title.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
But someone replied to this person saying, "Oh, I thought that was just a Fall Out Boy song."
What?
And the original person replied saying, "Me too."
What?
Okay. So I know Bob Dylan is not from the current era.
No.
He wasn't from my era either.
No, he wasn't. No, not at all.
I fully know who Bob Dylan is.
Well, yeah. I mean,
no question. He's a very famous person.
He's an extremely famous person. Who else don't they know?
Well, I was just sitting there thinking, if they thought Bob Dylan wasn't real,
yeah,
their mind is going to be blown when they find out about Gordon Lightfoot. Like, it's just, their brain is just going to explode out of their head. Like, there was a singer named Gordon Lightfoot?
Woody Guthrie? I thought that was like a myth. No.
Hold on.
Was a real...
What's this Kitty Stevens about here?
That's a deep pull. I don't even know who that is. But good pull. Good pull. You folky you.
Cat Stevens.
Oh, Cat Stevens. Cat Stevens. Oh, okay. Yeah, of course. Yeah, and the cats in the cradle and the silver spoon.
Well, that's not Cat Stevens.
I know, but it just makes me think about him. Yeah, I know.
But like that's going to just mess with them forever.
You know, this is breaking my brain a little bit, and
it's upsetting.
I was just thinking about, like, there's probably, unless they had good parents, right? Like, I'm going to judge the parents now because they're old enough to know better.
That seems fair. Yeah.
But there's not a generation. There's probably some kids whose only exposure to Beatles music is the movie Across the Universe.
Oh, that's true.
Which is a fucking nightmare because that movie is horrendous.
That's really depressing. I hadn't even thought about that.
Like, and even that, there are children being born now who are, and I haven't seen this movie, so I don't know if it's any good or not. I heard it was good. Whose exposure to Beatles music is going to be Yesterday, the movie.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, okay, all right, fair enough. Like, I only knew Beatles and Bob Dylan because my dad's really into music, and really into rock music. And, Beatles don't actually get that much play on the radio. Neither does Dylan at all.
No, like Dylan. If you hear Dylan on the radio, you're like, what?
Holy shit. Wait, did I get on Sirius?
Did they have 15 minutes free? Yeah. What happened?
Wait, they're going to play the Hurricane in its entirety? No, that sounds like 9 minutes long or something. Yeah.
I'm glad you said that because that is another issue here.
Oh, boy. Do tell.
So we are in the era where everyone on Twitter gets canceled, right?
Yeah, cancel culture. Yeah.
Yes. If you recall the song The Hurricane,
yeah,
a certain racial slur is used.
Yeah, it's in there. Yeah.
As a rhyme to the word trigger.
Right, we're not going to say it, obviously.
In case you weren't sure what I was referring to.
Right.
So there were multiple people going, man, Bob Dylan, never forget that he did this. And posting that as if that is a sign that he is a racist individual.
What?
Ignoring the fact that in the same screenshot, that they are posting, he's talking about he's being convicted by an all-white jury.
Yeah, I mean, and that wasn't his first protest song on behalf of African Americans.
For those who don't know the song, it's about a former heavyweight boxer who was charged with murder,
right,
and sentenced. So he was sentenced to life in prison for a murder that he definitely didn't do.
He didn't commit. Yeah, right.
And so this song was written as a protest song.
Yes.
About how he is an innocent man and was only charged because he was black.
Exactly. That's the whole point of the song, and it tells the whole story. Like, it doesn't pull any punches. Yeah.
But because Twitter is Twitter.
It's stupid. Yeah. Because the word is used in the song, it automatically means he was a racist. Right. And to my point, like, Dylan, this is like, what, is that 70s Dylan, the Hurricane?
Yeah, that was 70s, I think. I think it was 78.
Okay, so he had already written several other protest songs on behalf of African Americans before that, because on the times they are changing, God, I can't remember the name of the song, but you probably know it better than I do. There's at least one protest song on there, I believe.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. God, I can't remember the man's name, but he tells another story of someone who was, unfairly treated because they were black. Yeah, that's so dumb. Oh my God.
Yeah. It's people need to just calm down.
Calm the fuck down and actually like read song lyrics. Like that would be also the Hurricane, a very good cover done by Ani DeFranco in the 90s of that song, and she also uses the word. So get out there and attack Ani DeFranco, everybody.
Got to go after her.
Yep.
75.
75. Okay, that seems about right to me. Yep.
Wait until they find out that 3 years later Chevy Chase said it on SNL in a Richard Pryor sketch.
Dude.
Oh boy.
I mean, have people already come for Clint Eastwood because of the Dirty Harry movies? Because every swear imaginable in the Dirty Harry movies. Yeah. Racial
I think
slur.
anyone would go for Clint Eastwood, because I think at this point everyone just goes, he's an old man.
That is the pass he's getting, isn't he? He's fucking old. But yeah, I mean, well, the point of those movies is that Harry Callahan is not a good guy all the way. Like, okay, yes, he believes in justice and all that, and he doesn't want to see people murdered or anything, and he wants to get justice when people have been hurt. But he's also like, he hates everyone. Like, he is a racist for everyone.
Right.
It's not good. He's not a good dude.
And that's kind of a recurring theme in Clint Eastwood movies.
Right. It's true. Very true. Very true.
I mean, even like Gran Torino.
Oh, I love Gran Torino.
Recent.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Great movie.
He is not an open-minded, liberal thinking person.
No, not at all. I just watched The French Connection, which I think came out in 1971 last night. And you're talking about a movie about white cops in New York basically busting black people for drugs. And the N-word gets bandied about at least once in that movie as well. I think only once, but it's, and that's also a great movie, but, it's just like, man, like, why come after Bob Dylan? Like, come after. I mean, I'm not saying
of all the people to go after.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying go after the French Connection, because they were trying to make a point as well, But Jesus.
Well, context doesn't matter.
I know.
Context never matters. It's
and right.
And if you're going to go after someone, ignore Bob Dylan because he's old.
He's really old, and he hasn't. He's had I mean, the poor guy, honestly, in some ways, he's got this kid running around with the wallflowers and all this. My references are like 30 years ago. Like,
he went gospel.
Yeah, he found religion. He was a Jew. He found He found Jesus. He left Jesus. He joined the Traveling Wilburys. He left that, or that ended, or whatever.
That guy just spent all his time traveling with the Wilburys, and so
right. And to be honest, his later catalog is not highly regarded, unfortunately. So
it's still good songwriting. Everyone needs to calm down.
They do. They need to give Dylan a bit of a break.
Although I will say his 20-minute song on JFK's assassination that he put out earlier this year, a little much.
That's always been his thing, though. Bro can write verses, man. He can write so many verses.
You just want to sometimes, though, go, hey, you know how you wrote 45 verses for this song? 30 would be fine.
Yeah, it would work. Yeah.
We get it. We get what you're saying.
Yeah. I mean, good Lord. Oh, that's great. I need to listen to that. I haven't actually listened to it, but
oh man,
you know what I did listen to, Nathan?
What?
I caught myself up on. You're not going to love this. I caught myself up on Red Hot Chili Peppers records this week. Yeah. Huh?
Did you just pound a Red Bull and we're through? How'd you do that?
That's great. So I've always liked the Chili Peppers, right? Always. So going back to the radio, and then I think the first record I had of theirs was probably Californication. And I had a CD, and I still have it actually, and I wore that fucker out. Like I listened to it a ton in my teenage years. And then By the Way came out, which I like a lot too. And then Stadium Arcadium, which is a lot of songs. It's like 28 songs on that album. It's a double album. But I like it too. It has certain memories for me because that was 2006. And we got married young. And so we had just gotten married and we were going to the beach. And I remember taking that record to the beach with my new wife at the time, right? So I like that record. And then they had 2011, they had I'm With You, right? Not a super well-regarded album to my memory. And I totally slept on it because 2011 I was back in school, I was doing stuff, I was really busy. And then they had another record in 2016, which I don't even think I knew existed because I had a 3-year-old at that time. And
and when they're 3, you don't know that music is in the world still.
You don't know what a movie is or nothing. Yeah.
In my house, the only music we ever hear is Cuckoo Kangaroo.
Oh my God.
So
yeah. Oof. Jeez.
You know you love it.
We had like a 45-minute rendition of is it Popsicle? The Popsicle song?
Popsico.
So it is Popsico.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It doesn't mean anything.
Okay, good. All right. I didn't think so, but I was confused.
It's complete gibberish.
Okay. All right. Good to know. Good to know. So the kid was right, and we were like, no, it's Popsicle, and we didn't know. We were stupid. So good to know.
You need to watch the video, and then you'll understand.
Got it. Okay. So
I think there are 3 of them.
Okay. My hands are high, my feet are low, and this is how we Popsico.
Yeah, you Popsico.
Popsico. Popsico. Okay. So, Red Hot Chili Peppers records. So I didn't love I'm With You. I thought it was pretty good. I didn't hate it. I liked the single a lot. Whatever the first track on the album is. I don't know if that was the single, but whatever. It was good. I liked it. But as a whole, I was kind of like, I don't know. I'm not totally in. And but then The Getaway, the 2016 record, I thought was really good. It was produced, Nathan, by Danger Mouse. And I bring that up because I thought that's the sound you would make when I said that.
I do like Danger Mouse.
Danger Mouse is a very good producer.
Hold on, I have something to share with you real quick.
Okay, please do.
It's definitely worth your time.
Is it Metacritic? Like how these albums did?
No.
All right, good.
Way better than that.
Excellent. Yeah, so I'll listen to I'm With You again. I don't think there's a Chili Peppers record that I hate. that I know of. I haven't really listened to their stuff their first few records I haven't really listened to be honest, but I can only imagine they're fun. But I'm a big fan of the post John Frusciante era and all the times he left and came back and left and came back.
Yeah, there's 8 million of them.
Yeah, that's true.
Here, this is what you need. Can you hear it?
I can't. I don't hear anything.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
It's supposed to be sharing what I'm pulling up for you here.
Oh, well, I don't know. Skype will not do that for me.
You need to get better Skype.
Well, don't we all? What is it? What are you attempting?
It's a very, very important thing for you.
Oh, I hear it now. Okay.
Hey, Neil. Hey, what? Are you ready? For what? To pop. Pop what?
No!
Popsicle. My hands are high, my feet are low, and this is how I popsicle. His hands are high, his feet are low, and this is how we popsicles. Pop.
Copyright.
So that's nonstop. I don't know. They have all their albums.
Who is this, and where did it come from?
Cuckoo Kangaroo.
This is Cuckoo Kangaroo?
That's Cuckoo Kangaroo.
Okay, that's where this shit came from. Okay, good
Yeah.
to know. All right.
It's two guys. I had to look them up because I was like, hey, what hellspawn am I constantly having to listen to in my house? It's just two guys in Minneapolis.
That's it?
Just created this band, quote unquote band, and went, oh, we're going to do this now, and have probably made way more money doing it than we could imagine.
That is fucking depressing.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
We need to get into children's music is what we need to do.
I mean, we're working on it. I mean, what was the last song you did? I think there was something in there about we're all gonna fucking die or something.
Yeah. It's cheery for kids.
Yeah, and the last song I wrote has something. I think it had something about bondage in it. So yeah, that's great. We're getting there.
We're almost there. Like we're narrowing our focus to kids. Yeah, so
we're doing so well.
I have had to listen to that song. They have a song about how terrible glitter is.
Oh, wow.
They have a song about double scoop ice cream. All this constantly in the background this week while I'm trying to work.
Your mind has been infected by Cuckoo Kangaroo.
I am going to lose it completely at some point. What's left of my sanity is going to go away.
I think the way we should sign off tonight, before we say it, is we should say a big fuck you to Cuckoo Kangaroo. Ready?
No, I can't even do that.
Okay.
They're just two guys trying to make an honest living by infecting the youth with their terrible garbage.
Sushi Jackknife?
Sushi Jackknife.
Okay. All right. Very good.